Hey everyone, today we're checking out the Black Shark Lucifer gaming earbuds. Quite a dark name, but a very cool looking earbud with some really nice features, nice low latency, your cool gamer lights. They do have some issues though, so I'm gonna run through everything today, run through some comparisons. So let's get straight into it. If you wanna grab a pair, links are down below. So are timestamps, because as usual here, we're going in depth. So if you're picky with your audio, so am I. Let's get into another picky review. Alright, starting with the design of the earbuds, you got your classic slick gamer look, your slick logo there, all that slicky edges and goodness. Green LED indicators, but they will only flash green when they are charging in the case. There's no way to leave them on when you're wearing them, unlike the EKSA GT1 I recently reviewed, which do flash and glow when you're in game mode, which is cool, but potentially not very cool because you might not want those lights flashing. So depends what you're looking for there. Anyway, overall design is nice if you like that gamer style. The buds themselves are very light, very compact, and have some really great ergonomics, which makes for some great comfort. You get 3 sizes of ear tips included. The largest did work the best for me. It's quite a moderately deep fit here, no suction or pressure in the ear canal. Actually a very similar feel to the AirPods Pro, and the actual size of the buds are very close in comparison. So this is a kind of earbud you could wear for hours. Even if you have smaller ears, they should fit you quite well. Security is pretty decent here as well. Like walking and moving around slowly, I guess, had no issues. With weight training and running, it's fine. Even lying down for bench presses and that kind of stuff. It was only when clenching my jaw, making some weird training faces, the buds do budge out a bit more in my right ear canal. So I wouldn't feel incredibly comfortable using these when training, especially if you're exerting yourself quite a bit. But a quick fix, chuck on some SpinFit Ear-tips, either the CP1025 or 360. And with the extra grip of those ear tips, it allows the buds to stay in a lot better. Since the ear tips included are a little bit on the slippery side, so if you got some other ear tips, play around with them, you might get a better fit. These also have an IPX4 water resistant rating, so fine if you get a bit sweaty on them. Use in the rain, you just can't submerge the buds in water. Now with battery life, you're getting a total of 35 hours, which is pretty decent, but only 3.5 hours on the earbuds, which is quite low if for any earbud that I've ever tested really. But anyway, in my testing at 70% volume on an iPhone XS, here's what I got. Now there's no fast charge or wireless charging, but not something you really expect at this low price. And onto the case itself, following on with the design of the earbuds, you got some green and glowing goodness, which looks pretty cool. They will light up when you open the lid. And with that see-through lid design, the earbud indicators will shine through to let you know when they're charging, and they will stay lit until the buds are fully charged. So those lights will be flashing. Just put the case face down if you don't want those lights flashing around a dark room or something like that. And if the case battery life is low, those green lights will flash 3 times every 5 seconds. That's what was stated in the manual. So basically, if you see some flashing action, maybe charge your case up. Now overall build quality here, pretty decent for the price. The case is quite light, but the materials are fine. Hinges are a little bit flimsy, but the magnets are very strong, and the buds only take about 7 seconds to connect to your phone when you take them out of the case. Now onto controls. Sadly, there is no volume control since there is no double tap, which is a bit of a strange choice. Normally there's not a single tap, but there you go. Sensitivity of the touch controls is fine though, but another strange choice here. If you want to skip tracks, music has to be playing. That's a hold down on the right or left earbud, which makes sense. You normally want to skip a track when music is playing. But if you want to activate voice assistant, you have to pause your music and then hold down on either earbud and voice assistant will activate. Strange choice, but it kind of works. Now into connectivity, just Bluetooth 5.2, SBC and AAC. Not too sure what chip they're using here, which would be nice to know since these are a gaming earbud. But anyway, my Bluetooth range testing, not the best stuff. I've got 22 meters in my outdoor test that's in a clear open space, and about 12 meters in my indoor test that's downstairs and upstairs through 5 walls. So not the best range, but it should get the job done. No multi-pairing, but you can use one earbud while the other rests in the case, and whatever earbud you are using will work in mono mode, so you hear both audio channels coming out of the one earbud. Now let's talk about what's most important with a gaming earbud, and that is latency, because you're getting an advertised 55 milliseconds, and just keep in mind, normally the advertised milliseconds is not exactly what you get because it doesn't take into account the latency from the game and the phone and the device and all the other algorithms going on. But when I test my latency, there's a link down below of Kenneth's video on how I tested latency. So thank you, Ken. So check that out if you want to know the details. But basically, if you can get around 400 milliseconds, casual gaming, you'll be fine. If you want really low latency, around 200 milliseconds, if you can get below that, then you'll be really good. So here's the results I got on both iOS and Android. And you can see there with the gaming mode on, of course, 240 milliseconds on iOS, 254 on Android. Not the lowest latency, but basically it's low enough you won't really notice it too much when you're gaming. So good stuff there. And also keep in mind with like watching videos, YouTube and Netflix, barely any latency to be seen. Now I'm going to leave you with both the indoor and outdoor microphone tests. All right, here's a microphone test with the Black Shark Lucifer earbuds in a nice quiet room at the moment. And this is what the microphone sounds like with some crowd noise being blasted out of my bookshelf speakers. Quite loud right in front of me. Looking at the decibels here, it looks like it's not blocking out the background noise very well, but we'll hear in this test. All right, so here we are in the outside world, the Black Shark Lucifer earbuds. In my indoor testing, didn't block out the simulation. It's moving very well. Very loud shot there. Hopefully outdoors might be a little bit better. All right, before we talk about sound quality, a quick little drop on my Instagram if you want to stay updated with behind the scenes action of me and my audio ventures. Link is down below on the sound quality. Now starting with volume, these go nice and loud. I give them a solid 8 out of 10 on my loud listening scale. When it comes to low level listening, still a little bit loud at the lowest volume. These don't get my bedtime certification, but if you like listening to low level music or podcast, no white noise hissing to hear. Now onto the sound quality itself. I was a little bit shocked here because I've watched a couple of reviews, seen some Amazon reviews, normally not the best reviews to go off, but I watched some YouTube reviews of people talking about these earbuds. Sound like they sounded pretty good. To me, they don't sound very good at all. They're a little bit muffled. They're very muffled. It kind of sounds like you're listening to some earbuds underwater, sort of. They're not completely bad, but like just not very good. Like these are a bassy bud, but it's not the nicest bass. It's kind of like a thumpy, kind of bloated, more mid bass, not too much sub bass kind of going on. It's just a little bit messy and it distorts quite easily on a lot of electronic music and any song with a lot of bass in it. The mids are a bit boosted though, like for, I guess in line with this earbud, it's boosted, so it comes through pretty clear. They're still not that great though. Like you'll still be able to hear vocals and instruments, that kind of stuff, but the detail and just resolution really isn't there at all. And when it comes to treble, that's probably the worst part about this sound. It's not really there at all. So like hi-hats, high pitched vocals, instrumentation, acoustic guitars, all that stuff, it's like it's there, but it's very muffled. It's just behind in the mix quite a lot. But do keep in mind when you turn the gaming mode on, this kind of boosts the clarity a little bit. It kind of just boosts the mids, which makes them sound a little bit clearer. Not really better, but a bit clearer. And that does help a little bit, but not much. So honestly, testing these, I was a little bit confused. I checked out some Amazon reviews. Again, Amazon reviews, not the most trustworthy reviews. So I jumped down to those 1-star reviews. And I did see quite a few, the 2-star reviews as well, of people kind of explaining the sound like me. It's muffled and just not sounding that great at all. Like, again, these are a cheap earbud, but I just want to run through some comparisons now. I'm not running through the genre rating checklist. Basically, it's a 5 out of 10 for everything on the genre rating checklist if you want to know. But basically with comparisons, like if you want to get a cheap bud, I recently reviewed the QCY T13. They have a low latency mode. Overall latency is like 50 milliseconds more, which you probably wouldn't really notice, but they sound way better. They have a better fit as well. And they're like, you can get them for like $20 US. No cool lights on those though. So if you did want some cool lights, I have reviewed the EKSA GT1. They are about $49. They go on sale for about $39 US. They have the really cool blue lights. They glow with gaming mode on. They also don't sound very good, but they do sound better than the Black Shark Lucifer here. And look, you can also get some cheap SoundPEATS buds like the SoundPEATS Sonic and basically any SoundPEATS earbud with the QCY 3040 chip. You get even lower latency and better sound quality, but no cool lights. So it really depends on what you like in here. If you like the design of these, you don't really care too much about listening to music. And look, with gaming, the Black Shark Lucifer will do the job. But if you really want a nice sound for gaming to be able to hear footsteps and gunshots, you want nice instrument separation, but you need some pretty decent treble and clarity. So that's not really what you get in here with the Black Sharks. Sorry, Black Shark. Maybe it's a faulty pair. I don't know if you want to send me out another one and I can test that, but yeah, that's it. I can't really sugarcoat it. If you like earbuds that sound good with low latency, like I just mentioned, QCY T13, you like your flashy lights, EKSA GT1. Check those out. I'll see you in the next video. As usual, stay peaky with your audio because life's too short for crappy sound. See you in the next video. Bye now. Why am I laughing so much? Oh. Bye now.